Hi, I'm Shawn Gawle, 2011 Rising Star Chef from Starchefs.com. I'm here at Corton and I'm going to demo how to make a smoked pecan maple saffron cake with cranberry confiture using all Waring commercial line. So we can just go ahead and get started. So first we're going to make the cranberry confiture. So in order to make that, we basically make a jam first, which we have cranberry puree, some sugar, about 5%, and some LM pectin. Combining the sugar and the cranberry now, once it comes up to a simmer, we're going to add the LM pectin. So we're going to use the Waring immersion blender to shear in the LM pectin. So I have a shallow pan with an ice bath. And let that cool and it'll set. So here I have pecans, and basically you just add it right to the food processor. All of the natural oils and fats will come out of the nuts and make a paste or a butter. I have some maple sugar and a little bit of salt, which will help cream it. We're gonna blend it for probably about like 2 minutes. So the next step in making the batter is to add a mixture of water and butter, which I've melted, which we can pour right into the machine while it's running. The next step in finishing the batter is to move this wet mixture into the Waring 7-quart stand mixer, which we are going to have the dry ingredients in, which are flour, sugar, some maple sugar, salt, and baking powder. I also have a little bit of olive oil and buttermilk and eggs to paddle into it. We add the buttermilk last, so you don't want to heat the buttermilk too much or it'll break or curdle. Generally this batter you need to make 1 day in advance, because the next step is that we grind some pecans and we fold them in. We're going to use the Waring spice grinder for it. If we use the food processor, it would make that butter again because it's so powerful, and it would cream them. So I'm going to go right ahead and add some pecans. And all you have to do is pretty much just... Now we have a perfect fine chopped pecan where we can fold into the batter and get our texture for the cake. The next thing we need to make is we're going to make the bubbles or the sauce for the dessert, which we have some roasted pecans here and some water and a sugar mixture. We're going to pulse it with the big stick from Waring, which has a variable speed and a 1 horsepower motor. So it's pretty strong, and we can blend this, and we're going to need to let this sit also overnight. So that's all it really takes, is just about a half a minute, especially with this guy. Now we're going to finish the confiture. This is set from what we made earlier with the LM pectin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cube it, which you can use a offset spatula and go right through it. It's a pretty soft set, but that's good because we just want it to be like a jam to fill the cake. The off button is also a pulse for something like this, where we want a little bit of the texture. So we have this nice, bright, fresh cranberry confiture. So now we're ready to bake, and what we have here is the finished maple pecan batter. We're going to pipe it right up above the center here. This will rise a little bit, so you don't want to go all the way up. So now we're going to walk over and we're going to utilize the Waring convection oven. So I have it set for 375. I have it on convection bake. The timer is right here, and we can just go right in. Okay, and we're good to go. Next, we just take this confiture that we made earlier, fill it right in the center. Okay. we go back to the pecan milk that we made. I added a touch of lecithin, and we're just going to do a little bit of a sauce around. So if you use the hand blender that we used earlier, and you put it on low, you can aerate certain things like this and make a really light, frothy broth. So here we have it. We have a smoked pecan maple savron with a cranberry confiture and maple pecan bubbles.